This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Next up, we've got Rhyno retaining the hardcore title, pinning Raven in 8 minutes and 10 seconds. Meltzer would say this would be the only match on the show that exceeded expectations. It may have actually been the best bout on the show. He would praise it, saying there was a lot of creative spots here. Rhyno ran up the ring steps to kill Raven on a chair, but he moved and Rhyno crashed into the chair. Raven runs off the ropes and nails Rhyno. They start hitting each other with garbage cans and street signs. And then comes the shopping cart, which saw a lot of 10 items or less jokes on commentary, according to Meltzer. Raven did the old drop toe hold, and Rhino's face went into a shopping cart, and they kill each other with hard shots with these signs. And unfortunately, they're hitting each other over the head with these. Rhyno then gores a shopping cart, and it goes right through the open. And Raven pummels the shopping cart with a kitchen sink. And Rhyno was nearly pinned, but finally comes back with the gore for the finish. 3.25 stars. Jim, do you remember when Dr. Death and the Fantastics wrestled with sinks and shopping carts? This is a little different here in 2001, is it not?
Yeah, Vince loves he hit him with everything but the kitchen sink. Wait a minute. He just hit him. I was pleasantly surprised this match was as good as it was. I don't know what to do. I'll credit both guys. I mean, it ain't like Rhyno and Raven weren't good hands. They were. But they also got 8 minutes and 10 seconds. It gave them a little time to breathe, a little time to establish a story, and move on about their business. So I was pleasantly surprised with how this match was structured, and I had no issue. Rhyno with his gore, the gore kind of got over. Heyman loved to yell gore, gore, gore. So I just let him yell gore, 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 and get after
it. Next up, we've got, I guess before we move on, I should ask, because we've talked about Raven recently, and you addressed the old rumor that somebody said, who the fuck wired Raven? But it's Raven's best piece of business. Like, he had a couple of runs here with the company, the real guy behind the character, but this seems like this is probably peak Raven. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's close. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would cause me to disagree with your assessment. But the part of this conversation is answers a lot of the issues. He was inconsistent.
Yeah.
And so, Scott Levy nobody could ever debate the fact he couldn't work. But he was very cerebral. I think Scotty, like a lot of us at times in our career, overthought things, made it a little bit, a little more cluttered than it needed to be. And then, of course, sometimes his reputation didn't do him any favors. But I thought they had a nice match, really. Better than anybody. I think it was a surprisingly good match that if you looked at it before the show and said, what do you think will be the biggest surprise match of the night? Very few people would have said Raven and Rhyno. But they pulled it off.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.